Oh, we're live.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Checking.
We're
1,
live.
2.
Check,
Test.
check. We're live, yes.
Testing.
We're all
1,
here.
2, 1, 2.
Ryan Holt, Kevin Bartle back on Condors Unleashed. Thanks for taking your lunch hour, spending with us. And unfortunately, we don't have Mountain Mike's Pizza here yet. Mike Griffith says he's coming with the pizza. Mike was doing his day job, and that was going to get interviews at Condors practice, which was long. It was a long practice. And here to talk about practice and the playoffs upcoming, Condors defenseman George Hughes. Hughesy, how was practice? I mean, a lot being worked on today and even a reflood of the ice. I mean, that's how long practice went.
Yeah, it was a bit longer today, but I think it was good to get that ice cut and work on the power play and the penalty kill, which is going to be important for the series coming up.
You got a little banged up here down the stretch after all season long our D was so healthy. And then March hit, and everybody was kind of in and out of the lineup. I mean, how do you guys feel back there in the blue line now? You get your rhythm back? Is everyone pretty much there and ready to go?
Yeah, I think everyone's pretty much healthy now, which is good. And we had that stretch for a while where we were going 5D, which was, once you go more than 2 games with 5D, it really starts to take a toll on you. But I think everyone's pretty much healthy now and should be good to go.
Your first season here in professional hockey, and Troy talked a little bit about it in our last segment about the college game being only 30, 35 games. I mean, he has a valid point. He was way off base with his comment.
With the men's league?
Yeah, with this men's league comment. But from a standpoint, did you feel yourself having to maybe adjust your game a little bit here down the stretch? And now we're in Game 70, Game 72. Now we're going into the playoffs. Did you kind of feel a little change in yourself in how you had to approach the game here down the stretch?
Yeah, it's definitely different than college. A lot more games, so you can't be. In college, you're just looking forward to the weekend, so you can really rest up for those 2 games and go, I guess, maybe a little bit harder in those games. Whereas here in pro, you just got to remain, I think, pretty consistent. Where that's what I found the biggest change was.
Now, how'd this season go for you? I mean, your first pro season, was it everything you expected? Was the game as you expected? How do you feel you adapted?
Yeah, I definitely had some ups and downs like anyone else, and I thought I had a pretty good season overall. I try to take it as a learning experience and just trying to learn how to be a better pro. That's where I think I got the most out of it.
You mentioned being a better pro, learning as well. Well, you've been paired with Eric Bergdorf for pretty much the entire season. What have you been able to glean off of him as far as how this game should be played, how the pro game is? It's a different culture. It's a different style. You have naps during the day, whereas in college you go into school before you have to hit the ice. What were you able to learn from him this season, and how was he as a teacher as far as you on the blue line?
Yeah, it's been awesome to play with him, and he's been great model for me just to look at every day and learn from. And he's the definition of a pro. So it's been great to learn from him.
The points. You're an offensive D-man. How did the game compare? As an offensive defenseman at the pro level, you finally got into some power play time, and you pretty much were a staple back there at the point. And I think you did pretty well offensively. How does it change from the collegiate game?
Yeah, I would have liked to put up a little more points this year, but I think it was different because last year I played with 2 players, Greg Carey and Kyle Flanagan. We played together for 3 or 4 years, so we knew those tendencies of each other, and we were running the same power play for 3 years, so we generated a lot of offense from that. Where I came in here, and you have to learn people's tendencies, and it's been good, but I would have liked it done a little bit more.
Now, we put Westwood, Mass up here on your bio, but you've really kind of been a world traveler here throughout your life. You spent some time in the Midwest. How many different stops have you made? And, Bakersfield being your first pro stop, but take me through the life and times of George Hughes, because it's not just Westwood, Mass. It's been all over the country.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in Chicago, so I grew up playing there. I played my youth hockey there. Moved to Westwood when I was 16. And then when I got to Westwood, I went to Taft prep school in Connecticut and played my high school there. And then
that's Taft, Connecticut.
Yeah, Taft, Connecticut. That's a different state.
Yeah.
Different Taft.
And then I played 1 year in Waterloo, Iowa, in the USHL, and then went to St. Lawrence. So I have been kind of all over the place.
St. Lawrence, northern New York,
Which,
North Country.
If you're going to go somewhere to get a respite from the Iowa winters, St. Lawrence University is probably not the location.
Yeah, the weather there it was tough, very tough.
And now, we mentioned it earlier. You're a big fisherman. A lot of guys on this team are big fishermen. At least
I think they're big because of him. I think he spread it.
Yeah, I think he's leading the charge here. Was there ice fishing up in St. Lawrence, or what else did you have to do?
I have been ice fishing up in the North Country. It's not my favorite type of fishing, but I did do it a couple times.
Well, what's your favorite type of fishing?
You can't dress like this when you go ice fishing, right?
What's your favorite type of fishing? What do you enjoy doing? What do you enjoy about it?
Favorite, I'd probably just fishing for striped bass off. A lot of the summers I'll be down in Cape Cod, so go for striped bass there, and that's probably my favorite. And I found out there's actually striped bass in Bakersfield, which was a huge surprise to me.
Who knew?
Yeah, I didn't even know that. And then
there's such a thing as striped bass. I don't.
Yeah. So I got to fish for those here, which was a good surprise.
How's the fishing out in Bakersfield? I know you mentioned Fresno, Lake Isabella.
Yeah, where do you go?
You've kind of hit all the watering holes here as far as fishing goes.
There's only 5 bodies of water in the entire state of California. Have you?
Yeah, no, it's been good. I've been going to Lake Ming a little bit, which is a good lake about 20 minutes away from here. And then I've been going to Fresno, like you said, in Kings River, which has been awesome for fly fishing for trout. So been doing that a little bit.
And you're recruiting other members of the team here. So who else goes in on the trips?
Yeah.
And this kind of has become like an off-day tradition. Everyone goes fishing, and you can never get a hold of the guys. Their phones are always off because they're all little fishing.
Yeah, it's mostly just been me, Joe Marciano, and Rusty. So that's been the trio so far.
Rumor has it at the golf tournament you did more fishing than golfing. Is this true?
Yeah, it is true. I didn't do well, but because I
don't know how much fish is it out at the golf course. I don't.
Well, actually, Michael Neal caught a couple bass when we were there, but
did he?
Yeah.
Well, I saw them in the golf cart when I pulled up, and I said, "Hey, what hole are you on?" "Oh, we're on 17, but we're heading to 3." I said, "Well, you're missing a couple holes in between." "No, they're just hitting the lakes on the course."
Well, I came out of the clubhouse, and someone had stolen my clubs. So once I saw that my clubs were gone, I was like, "All right, well, I'm just gonna go to the car, grab the rod, and fish." You know?
Let me grab my fishing pole that's handy in the back seat.
I mean, it's funny that your first thought wasn't, "I got to find my clubs for the golf tournament." It's, forget it. I'll just go fishing.
This is also the Condors team fishing has also kind of sparked the creativity.
Yeah.
We might even just cancel the golf tournament and make it a Condors fishing tournament.
Condors Fishing Derby. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd be in full support of that.
He'd come right back and sign him to a contract tomorrow.
Maybe
That'd be a good incentive.
There you go. Maybe we charge you per boat. We do it for charity, obviously. We take a condor, throw it in the boat with you, and you go spend a few hours fishing.
Absolutely.
That sounds great. All right.
Off of fishing, playoffs this weekend. How excited are you? I mean, since San Francisco left the league, there was the overwhelming, well, we're in the playoffs, and then March hit, and we're like, well, let's just get there. The playoffs are here now. How re-energized are you as a player to get into the games that, quote unquote, mean something here this weekend?
Right. Yeah, I've never played in a 7-game series, so I'm very excited to see what it's like, and I know it's going to be a grind and a battle, and I'm very excited for it.
I mean, you look at this team all season long, anytime there's kind of been the pressure on it. I mean, Coach always talks about playing a team like Las Vegas has been tough because it's tough to get up for those kind of games. But it always seems like anytime this team needs to get up for a game, needs to play their best hockey,
they do it.
We welcome this physical style of hockey. We welcome the rough and tumble stuff. We don't mind hitting after the whistle. I mean, it seems like this kind of series plays right into the Condors' hands.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, we have a great group of guys that have been, they're all battle tested. So it'd be, Utah's probably a pretty similar team to us. So it's going to be a great series.
I love it. You guys are all battle tested. This whole season's been a battle. Right. It's been a roller coaster, and it's been a lot of fun watching you kind of develop your game as well. I know you're a big part of this team here going into the playoffs. So. Good luck.
Husey.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
Good luck this weekend, all right? And by the way, what are you going with tonight? What state?
I went with the ribeye as well.
Yeah. Ribeye. 3
I'm a
out
ribeye
of 4.
guy.
All right, so he's a ribeye guy.
Yep.
So we'll have the team meal tonight. We hit the plane tomorrow. Game 1, Friday night in Utah. All the coverage on Fox Sports Radio 970. George Hughes, Kevin Bartle. We'll come back. We'll make some picks. We'll tell you who we're picking in the Eastern Conference, who we're picking in the Western Conference as well. Live from the Dignity Health Studios inside the Bakersfield, California. It's Condors Unleashed.